Bonginkosi Khanyile, the MK
Khanyile.
Khanyile,
Yeah.
Bonginkosi Khanyile, the MK party's youth leader, has been removed.
A former HR executive from a known bank, I don't want to mention names, from a known bank that was dismissed.
Crime and safety is a big conversation. There's concern for high crime rates and criminality activity in South Africa, especially in schools and related to children. You got like 10 million. You told you 10 days. What's supposed to do?
Here's a heart. Bring yours.
Completely.
Siyafanela. White people work harder than black people.
My nigga, what's happening?
What's up, Zooms? You good?
I'm not doing a skipper.
Too smooth. Too smooth. Too smooth.
Hey, are you sure you're smooth?
No Diddy.
No
but
Diddy.
I'm smooth, man.
I see you working on the movie.
Hey. It's a movie.
It's a movie,
We're shooting right now.
Yeah, shooters are shooting right now. But how was the week, Bijam?
The week last week was actually very interesting. I think the numbers you'll see, the sentiment you'll also see. It was a very interesting week. A couple of things happened, sports-wise.
Definitely sports-wise, a lot of things happened, which was exciting.
I know locally and internationally.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about it. We know that something in the NedbankCup is happening, the Premier League, and also I can't remember the other league, but they won the league, but we'll talk about it.
It's just leagues on leagues on leagues.
Yeah, and then kwenzakalani anyway, like espacing, but in abantu.
Ngibona nje Two Oceans was a thing. The posts were all over Twitter. I couldn't make it because I always doubt myself. I know I'm stronger than I think. I can smash 21Ks in an hour 45, probably even less if I
How many Ks? 20?
21.
21K. So you do 10 kilometers in about 50 minutes.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Around about there
50 or less sometimes, you know, when I'm feeling stronger. But running in the Western Cape for me would be a breeze.
And obviously you train for it. I mean, you're
100%.
much more ahead.
Because the altitude line, it's different. So the
air,
we struggle to breathe. When we're down there, Chief, I can run faster.
Is it black people or everybody?
Go.
That can always
anybody.
South Africans.
Yeah, it's just South Africans.
What we use to the air.
Yes,
that's an interesting stat.
I get how high we are. I think compared to sea level and stuff like that. So the higher you go, the thinner the air is. It's like when you go to Everest.
Sure.
Yeah, the air gets thinner as you go up and up and up and up and up.
Clean. So gents and ladies, the Simon Circuit Cape Town's winning everything. But that's something that's interesting. We know that running with Dumisole was involved and a whole lot of other people.
Yeah, his runners were doing some magical stuff.
For sure, and there's obviously a couple of other people that did really, really well. So shout out to all of you guys.
Shout out to all of you guys.
Yeah, let's get this out the way immediately.
Yep.
Who was the winner? There was a lady and a gent, obviously.
The winner, she's always on the charts. What's her name? Gerda, or is it Gerda or Gerda?
It has to be Gerda.
Yeah, I think it's Afrikaans. Gerda Steyn, the ultra marathon queen. She's known as the ultra marathon queen.
Okay.
Because from this past weekend, I think it was her 5th successive victory. Yeah. In a row, consecutively. She doesn't play, man.
Her 5th one.
Yeah, her 5th one.
And she won it in 3 hours, 26 minutes.
3 hours,
an average
Look at the pace.
3 minutes and 42 seconds.
My man, I think the fastest pace I've pushed when I was running fast in a 5-6K is probably 4:36.
Yeah.
Getting there, you have to be a machine.
Yeah, you do have to be a machine. Of course.
3:42.
And then the marathon winner is Onalena Konkode.
Yes.
And apologies if we don't say your name right, but he did it in 3 hours, 9 minutes with an average pace of 3 minutes and 24 seconds. So shout out to the winners of Two Oceans Marathon.
Positivity, guys.
For sure. And then Skulumile and NedbankCup. And then of course in Iran there's something we're gonna talk more about the NedbankCup.
Yeah, we're gonna unpack NedbankCup further down.
Iran, let's talk about it right now. What's happening in Iran? I see that there's something happening because some airstrikes are happening at the moment.
So Iran attacked Israel, and the US is getting involved, but they said it's because of self-defense.
So the US is getting involved because they want to defend themselves.
They want to support Israel, and they are part of what is it? Is it
NATO?
NATO.
Is it NATO?
I think it's NATO.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I do understand that, it's a retaliation that's been going on between Iran and Israel.
100%.
And they were amid threats of a world war that could happen. I mean,
so that could happen if this thing continues with Israel, it could be a region war.
Sure,
and
yes.
that could spark up and become a bigger world war.
For sure, yeah, we definitely heard miss of that. So yeah, keep out on the lookout for that, guys. We may have a world war, we may not have a world war, but a lot is happening between Iran and Israel. We know that it was trending last year quite a lot, and it stays coming in our trending topics. We just don't report about it anymore because it's not in the top 5, and it also comes up in our negative word cloud quite a lot. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Bonginkosi Khanyile, the MK.
Khanyile.
Khanyile, Bonginkosi Khanyile, the MK party's youth leader, has been removed.
He's been removed. They feel like it's a strategic move removing him. The chances of them winning are much higher. Not winning the number 1 seat, of course. Them being able to compete with the top 3 are much higher if this guy is not there. So they took that strategic decision and they removed homeboy.
For sure, yeah, and he's removed with other people in the party too. So they removed somebody in Gauteng, about 4 other people as far as I can remember.
This party is so new. It's like 1 day old already. You're removing people.
For sure, yeah. But so Bonginkosi was actually hired in January, and then he's one of the people that's charged, he's charged in fact with inciting the riots that have the unrest that happened during Jacob Zuma's thing.
That was in 2021.
In 2021, of course. And then we also know that the same guy was also part of Pen Alliance, I think. So there's a bit of
conflict.
There's conflict, and they're trying to get him away as much as they can from the party, especially coming now into the elections coming up. He has too many things amongst with him, and they fired him along with his friends.
The squad.
The squad but yeah, what else is trending on Twitter?
They're probably gonna form their own party. You know these things. One day before there'll be a new party.
Definitely.
Called BK. Those are his initials.
Yeah, actually there might be a new party, but a lot is trending on Twitter right now. We see that the Lord of the crop tops, the Lord of the everything, Uzinga is also trending. So it's the year of the hip hop diss tracks right now. Rick Ross.
So wearing a crop top is a thing now for gents. I've seen a couple of gents doing that.
Well, I mean, not really. I wouldn't say it's a thing. It's not a thing.
Okay.
It's just some gents like it. And
I was just worried.
Yeah, I mean, look, some gents. And some gents I know that they do it for clout because it just draws attention
but
to you.
But most gents have I don't know how it's gonna work.
It requires a skinny man.
It requires a skinny man ninja.
For sure, yeah. And then we see that the Senzo Mayor trial is obviously still also going on the X platform. What else is happening? We see that there was a horrific accident that happened on the highway. I think it's the M1 near BMW there near Vids, where I think four people passed away.
Damn, man.
They literally crossed over, like, check it out on X platform. It is quite graphic, so please be aware of that. But they literally went through 2 highways to get onto another building.
Whoa.
When
did that happen? Over the weekend?
Just over the weekend, yeah. Man. Yeah, so that's sad news. And then we see Doja Cat, which she did something really amazing.
Did she drop an album? Or?
No, she actually brought out Zulu singers at Coachella.
Oh.
So Coachella was happening on this weekend, as far as I know, and we didn't even talk about it. But she brought some Zulu people, some Zulu singers, Zulu artists, and they were singing on stage in Coachella, which is absolutely amazing. So Ubabwake, she's following the roots. Tumzan, Papa Action.
Chester.
Yeah. But
damn,
anyway,
man, that's dope.
Yeah,
that is so dope.
Yeah, that's what's happening for the week on Twitter. That's what's been happening. Of course, we're going to tell you guys now the stats from last week, from the 8th of April till the 14th of April. What's been trending? What are the topics? What are people saying?
What are people saying? How many people are talking? How many people are talking? Let's start with that.
The numbers are going up.
Okay.
So
in terms of tweets.
In terms of tweets, yeah. So now we've got actually 7.2 tweets that went out.
Nice.
Which is a 3%
that's
increase.
A lot,
Yeah, that's a lot of tweets that went out. And in terms of the unique authors, we got a decrease of 5%. So 110,000 people were tweeting. And we know that the numbers of South Africa are much higher than this, obviously. But these, we're talking about the unique authors in here that were actually tweeting last week. And then in terms of the negative sentiment, we see that there is a balance in the negative.
Which is we've never seen.
We've never seen at all. And then the positive too never went anywhere at all. So what we are seeing, we're probably going to see results of the news from last week.
Sure.
But I suppose it's in a negative word cloud for the negative sentiment.
So the negative word cloud has hate.
Okay.
ANC, Israel is showing up because of the attack that happened. It's negative, of course. We don't want anyone dying, whether we don't know. We don't care what nationality you are. I see breaking. It's definitely breaking news. Drake is showing up because he's all alone now. Thanos.
Well, he's Thanos
they
right
call
now.
him Thanos because
everybody's coming after him.
The
right?
Avengers are ganging up.
So now it's before we carry on. So it's Drake versus Kendrick versus J. Cole versus Future versus Metro Booming versus Rick
the
Ross,
game actually
versus Rick Ross.
Versus Rick Ross. Did you see the post that went out? Drake's mom was asking, "Did you get a nose job?" To Drake, and Drake's like, "Nah, I know it's Rick Ross." And then he tagged Rick Ross.
Oh wow!
I'll find.
But yeah,
tweet.
Rick Ross is being toxic. He's calling him a BBL nigga.
Oh,
because apparently his abs are made up and whatever. But yeah, there's a lot of beef happening there.
He's a BBL.
So there's a lot of rap beef happening. I'm surprised Abu Zinga also not here because there's some beef that's been happening in the SA industry. But yeah, what else is on the negative word cloud?
Like it's quite a lot of stuff, man. I see there's money. It's definitely people stealing money in the government. Of course, people isn't big. And when I clicked on that, it says black people. When I click on black people, it says white people. I was like, what? Is this an endless, like that Russian doll? I'll be going in. And then when I looked at the white people one, it's actually a former HR executive from a known bank. I don't want to mention names. From a known bank that was dismissed because of racial comments that she made. Black person, by the way, saying that white people work harder than black people.
Aibo.
Yeah.
So she got fired for that comment.
CCMA, but there's a lot of things. There was a case that was being investigated around this individual.
Sure.
And there's a lot more. Her buying a car for a certain person, using preferential rates from the bank for another person. It's like me working at a bank and I buy a car for you.
Hey,
knowing that you were not going to get that rate. You know what I'm saying?
I see what you mean.
Type of thing. I think the rate at the time was like 9%. This person got the car 6.25%, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So it's definitely benefiting. So they were doing that investigation, disciplinary, what. You know, these things that happen in CCMA and the court. And she definitely lost the case.
That's interesting. When do you think white people work harder than black people?
I think it's not a race thing. It's all about the drive. Whoever is more hungrier, you know what I mean?
Sure, yeah.
I feel like there's a balance. It just depends on who's hungry more.
I want to lend up classism. It's such a complex conversation because you can't just say like somebody, black people are lazy or white people work harder. It's a very different conversation. But yeah, let's get back to the word cloud, my nigga. Are we done on the negative word cloud?
Yeah, we're done with the negativity, man, and all that nonsense.
I see.
Now we're in the positivity.
Congratulations, Baba.
You know what I mean? It's the congrats. It's the God. We got Zintle Mfukeng. It's amazing stuff here that we look
for sure. And one of them that comes up here, which is super amazing, is #Impumelelo, which we're going to talk about in our top trending hashtag. So that's something that is in the positive word cloud. Yeah. Congratulations, like you said, God, Zintle, Khosi.
Congratulations actually goes out to the Sundowns team because they played and they won. Orlando Pirates. Like, there's a lot of positive things that were happening. Congratulating people that won Two Oceans, people that even ran into. You don't have to be a winner. That's why everyone gets a medal, because for you to complete it, whether your pace is 8:12, whether it's 13, or it's 3:24, like the people that we were talking about, you're still a winner because it's all about
to finish a marathon is not a joke. So
it's an ultra. It's an ultra marathon. 53 Ks. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, 53.
So how are these guys doing it in 3 hours?
Dude, these are machines.
Yeah, that is crazy. But yeah, that is it on the positive word cloud. We're gonna unpack obviously more of these things, and then let's go to the busiest day, which we see that it has changed from the week before, and now it's a Sunday.
Now it's a Sunday, the 14th of April, with just over 1 million. So it's 1 million and some change.
What was happening over there on Sunday? Because I see the topics that are on here is some of the things that we have discussed already, like Israel and Iran.
Israel and Iran, I believe that those are like the biggest conversations that dominated on Sunday because of the airstrikes. I think Israel it's a dozen of drones and missiles that were directed to Iran. Actually, they were directed to Israel. Yeah, but we also have Liema Pantsi because of something amazing that she really did.
Okay, we're going to talk about that also.
Yes, which we're going to talk about and then I think that's and the league. I believe the Premier League is
it's shaking there. It's shaking there. So let me talk about it quickly. I mean, in the league, what happened is Liverpool fumbled. They lost. Can't remember to who. I think 1-0. Arsenal also lost to Aston Villa. And so that leaves Man City at the top of the league with about 5 games to play with 2 points difference from these two. So if Arsenal just won, that means they would have been 1 point ahead. And Liverpool too. They both fumbled. And especially Arsenal fumbled.
That's witchcraft.
Yeah, and it's the second season they fumbled. Yeah, and Man City are taking it. So that's
not black man, that's white magic.
That's white magic, right? Yeah, so a lot is happening in that league, and of course a lot is happening in South African football too. But one of the conversations around on Sunday, I see that obviously crime and safety is a big conversation. There's concern for high crime rates and criminality activity in South Africa, especially in schools and related to children.
Sure. That's very high, man. And I think it's also, I was watching a documentary this past weekend, and it was focused on South Africa and the different parts of South Africa, like going to the suburbs, looking at the people that are actually always upgrading their security at home. You understand? Getting guns and all those kind of things because of home invasions, telling those stories. Also going to the townships and understanding the story. One profound thing that one of the neighbors in the area, I think it's probably around Linden or something like that, one of the ladies was like, these people are coming here to rob us. She wasn't just complaining about that, but she went to the root cause of everything to say they don't have a choice. It's unemployment. Not saying she's justifying or encouraging what they are doing, but she's saying the government should start doing something about jobs.
Of course, I think that's a huge thing in this country. But we know, we having looked at politics and talked about politics a lot, and having been around for so many years, they understand what that is part of the political play. Having people that are unemployed is part of the political play. Not so long ago, I saw a video of Cyril. He's been trending quite a lot. And one of the things is there's a young girl who's walking with him. And the young girl says, hey, I'm so-and-so. And this is what they talk about what you studied and blah, blah, blah. And Cyril Ramaphosa at the end says, keep trying when she says she's looking for a job. He says, keep trying. And then obviously has to say, go try on this website and whatever. But the president is telling you live jive, keep trying. And trying where? Because the youth is trying. It's not like the youth isn't interested in unemployment. The youth wants to work. And when people can put money in their pocket, when people can pay for themselves, they feel so dignified. Employment will solve so many things. But the high crime rates are definitely due to the high unemployment rates in this country. If we all had money or unemployed, had something to do during the day and at night, we wouldn't be doing all these things.
At night, we have a lot to do. What you mean?
At night is yasebenza.
Hey,
or night shift.
Night
shift.
Night
shift yasebenza. Yo.
Because they don't work during the day. So that's why most of them have like 7 kids, 4 kids. Because at night, that's the only night shift job they have.
At night, the neighbors are complaining.
They're making Julius Malema hate because he said what?
Zalani, yo, yeah. And actually, just speaking of Julius Malema, I know we're taking a bit of time, but I saw his son had a matric dance and it was looking lavish as ever. Obviously, they put it on camera. And speaking of cameras, I know I have so much that keeps coming up in my mind. There's this trend that's going on where Abantu pose on his tomb and they write what something cost. And I wonder if the SIU is watching this. Some guy would tag like his house, like 3 million.
Whose house?
Like his house.
Oh, people like are tagging you posting your own things.
I could tag my swag, like post my swag and then say 200 300, 500.
I wouldn't do that. I would never.
Imagine there's a big trend going on, and the SIU is probably like, hello.
SARS is looking at you.
What's up with South Africans and all these criminals actually spying on themselves?
They look at what criminals are doing, and normal people are starting to do what criminals are doing, which is wrong.
Do you think criminals?
Actually, it's not wrong. It's their own thing.
Do you think they're also craving to trend? Because I mean, why would you post like buying 5 cars and a house and we like you DJ but asaz like you're not booked like that, or like it's just shady stuff? Do you think they're craving some attention, or
they craving that? They craving the congratulations. They craving quite a lot. I think there's something they are lacking. Hence, they are craving.
Yeah, it has to be, because imagine you got like 10 million. You told you 10, they say, "What's supposed to learn?"
Nila. I'll be here. You wouldn't know my name.
Nothing. I don't think you would. I mean, you guys tell us. Would you have social media if right now you won 10 million rand from the lottery? Would you have social media and would you post about it? So that's an interesting question.
In the comments, yes.
Put it down in the comments and let us know what you would do with 10 million. Would you have Twitter? Would you have Instagram? And
why?
And why? Yeah, why would you do those things? So that's going to be interesting. But anyway, let's jump on to
the time, the busiest hour.
The busiest hour.
So the busiest hour of the day last week in the morning was 10 a.m. followed by 9 a.m., which is a slight change. It's normally like 9 a.m. and 10. 9 and 12, 9 and 11, somewhere like that.
Yeah.
And then in the evening, we have 8 p.m. followed by 7 p.m.
Okay, so that also hasn't changed much.
That hasn't changed much.
Okay, so we definitely know what times to play around when you definitely want to engage on Twitter, when people are really most active on Twitter. If you want to be engaging, if you want your content to blow up and your content to be engaged, because that's what we all crave. We're craving likes, impressions, so that we can get paid by Elon. Make sure that you are actually posting in the mornings between 10 and 9 a.m. or 9 and 10 a.m. and then in the evenings between 7 p.m. and 8 p.m. you're around interacting around those times.
But to get paid, you need that blue tick. Don't forget that.
Of course,
you need to subscribe. And then your impressions will grow, whether you clickbait with porn or whatever. It's all up to you. Pick a struggle. Then you'll get your impressions.
For sure, yeah. And I mean, that's a good point. Hey, guys, if you want to get paid on Twitter, and people are doing that all the time, make sure that you have that verification, which requires you to pay, every single month. We've talked about it before, what the fees were and how it works, but check out our previous episodes. Otherwise, just get on Google and you find it.
Google is your friend, guys.
Yeah, Google's your friend for real. Let's get to the trending topic.
The top trending. Let's look at the top trending, right?
Let's start at number 5, which is a returning entry.
Yeah, returning soldier.
For
KhoffeeWithKhosi.
Hashtag KhoffeeWithKhosi with 14,000 mentions and 7.2 million impressions, coming in at number 5 as the top trending hashtag in South Africa. I'm going to read out number 4 and then you can read out the rest. So number 4 is, actually no, before we even carry on, number 5, KhoffeeWithKhosi. The reason why it's trending is because she had she had Yolanda.
Yeah.
Not Yolanda. She had Z.
On the podcast.
On her podcast. Yeah, she had about 4 members. She had the top 4 of the top 6.
Okay.
Papa Ghost was there. She had
Jr. probably.
No
winner.
No, I think the top 2 probably went there. So she had 4.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't think Jr. was there. She didn't really mention that part when I checked. But yeah, she had them on her podcast, and that obviously did really, really well. Nice. That was over the weekend.
Impressive.
Shout out
to her, man.
Shout out to her. And then we've got hashtag NedbankCup with 15,000 mentions and 304 million impressions. What
impressive. I was there. They invited me again. I had the privilege. Mr. V sent me an email. It's like, hey, come through, Mr. Kunene.
Are you sure you didn't enter via the back door?
Joe. I don't push those things. It's by invite only.
Okay.
That's how it works.
The day before.
No.
Niggas sneak in and basebenza kwi-deco kanti akekho
Dude, carrying things and bafika lapha comes up like, yo, where can I get a free drink, bro?
And it's all free.
Yeah. They start doing things that are not allowed there,
For sure, yeah. But that shout out, man, I definitely missed out again, unfortunately. But NedbankCup is doing really well. We talked about it. We hope this carries on doing well.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the results. Pirates played AmaZulu, and
I was a Pirate supporter there because I went there with Noah, and Noah is a Pirate supporter. If I was there, Kaizer Chiefs, I know him. He's very loud. I wasn't gonna get the loss of it, so I was like, you know what? I'm going there as a Pirate supporter.
And thank you for your support because Pirates won 4-2 against AmaZulu.
It was a tough game.
Super tough. So that really, really is interesting results that happened. And then Stellenbosch played Super Sport. Stellenbosch won 4-0. TS Galaxy played Chippa United.
Stellenbosch Mafia won.
They definitely by 4-0.
They can't be losing.
What happened to Super Sport? You know,
Super Sport used to be like one of the top 5, top 3 teams.
Yeah,
at some point.
I even went to the academy. That's how good they are.
Hey, Zooms is good. Zooms is flexing on. I went to the academy.
Yeah, I used to play for the academy. And they were really good though, generally. And yeah, so something is going on there. But yeah, Chippa United played TS Galaxy and Chippa United won 2-0. And then Sundowns won on penalties against UP. And they won 4-1 on penalties.
4-1 on penalties.
Yeah.
Sundowns almost got a beating.
But of course we know that Masandawana always do really well. All right, bro, take me to number 3.
Number 3, we have Yolanda.
Okay.
Hashtag Yolanda. What's her name? Monyai.
I wonder what Monyai stands for.
Some surnames don't have meanings. It's just a clan thing where they decide. Maybe Abumkulu, they were chilling, smoking trees. They're like, Monyai. And he took that name and he went with it, type of thing. Sorry for disrespect. Just telling a story here. Some things happen like that, though. And then
before you said, I was chilling Abumkulu, some of these
Abumkulu, they don't.
There's a lot of drama that happens between our parents and grandfathers that they didn't tell us about. A lot of shenanigans.
But sometimes you think there's a deeper meaning, and no, it's just high level. It's just when we moved to South Africa, we had to change our surname. And when I looked at the at Park Station, that's the only word I could see. So that was my surname. You know what I mean? A lot of people have those stories.
Yeah,
they have a lot of those stories
that they haven't told us. Check out your surnames, guys. It might have a meaning, it might not have it, but there's a story behind it. Yolanda Monyai, you're saying what's her stats?
Hashtag Yolanda Monyai with 39,000 mentions and 52 million impressions. Impressions are looking good. Like Zuma's, Mr. Zoom said, can't just say Zuma. He has to go with the mystic.
Of course.
Or master. One of the two, Yolanda was on KhoffeeWithKhosi with her other Bibi Mzansi housemates. I think 4 of them. Yeah. And then we have number 2. Number 2 is a special one, right?
Yeah.
Because this person is going to be the Khosi Twala of this season. I see that coming. Impumelelo is a song that Liema Pantsi was involved in.
With CC Worldwide.
With CC Worldwide. Yeah. For those who don't know CC Worldwide, she gave us the hit Hamba Juba.
Oh, yes.
Hamba Juba.
Yeah. This is actually quite popular.
She's popular, man. The song is not a Mapiano song. I had a listen to it.
Yeah.
Maybe I have to play it some more so that I like it, but I'm not a fan at the moment. It's a beautiful song. It's on Spotify. You can listen to it. But like I'm saying, number 1 is Liema Pantsi, and it's because of that number 2. Right?
Okay.
Did I give you the numbers for Impumelelo? No, I didn't. Impumelelo got 83,000 mentions. And
144 million impressions.
144. No, it's 83,000 mentions and 144 million impressions. And then Liema Pantsi, on the other hand, she's dominating the number 1 spot right now.
Can we just give her a round of applause?
She's going to be dominating.
This is her first number 1.
Yep, this is her first number 1.
Yeah,
and I don't think it's her last number 1.
Yeah, I don't think it's her last number 1. So shout out to Liema Pantsi for trending number 1 in Mzansi. Hashtag Liema Pantsi. Shout out to you guys for doing all this work with her. She's been in these stats here. Lebs is predicting that she wasn't the winner, but Lebs is predicting that she's going to be the Khosi of this season with the stuff that she's doing. So really interesting. What are her stats, bro?
Her stats, we have 87,000 mentions.
Is it 55,000?
No, it's 87.
Okay.
Yeah, because the previous one is 83.
Okay.
So it's 87. And then the impressions, we have 141 million impressions.
Okay, perfect. So that is Liema Pantsi trending at number 1
in
South Africa. Shout out to her. Shout out to everybody trending. And then let's go to the people that are tweeting the most Mzansi.
Based on the most impressions. So this list, the top 5 is based on who got the most impressions.
Impressions, yes. Yeah. And we have one person who is new here, but we're going to start. I'm going to read out the top 3 and then you read out the top 2. So at number 5, we got at Julius _S Malema with 12,000 mentions and 300 million impressions. I don't know what's happening with him these days. Why was he mentioned?
Wasn't his son, didn't he go to the matric dance?
Okay.
So I think people were tagging him because of that.
Of course,
And other political things that just keep happening in the background. Yeah,
of course, yeah.
Yeah, they probably not as big. They don't make it to our trends list, but the person gets tagged quite a lot.
For sure, yeah. And just speaking of Julius Malema quickly, I noticed just walking down my street is that the posters that are on my street are mainly Julius Malema EFF posts.
Oh, wow.
And when you go to the next street, you find that like they've removed others to the top, and maybe it's Rise Mzansi. But that's interesting on Julius.
It's crazy. I saw the posters from IFP.
Yeah,
IFP posters. Dude, these guys, they even had I was in Alex yesterday. They had a helicopter that was flying around with a banner, right? The IFP banner. But their marketing approach is using, what's this? What do I want to call it? Because they putting the late Gaja Buthelezi on their posters.
Okay.
But they have a new president.
Of
Why
course.
are they using? It's like the ANC using Nelson Mandela. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which doesn't
type
work.
of thing.
Yeah.
So they're using emotions to get to people.
Of course.
They want it to be an emotional decision that they make when they vote for the party.
Of course. And
Anyways,
we know
just had to call that out.
there's a lot happening in politics
Yeah,
right now. A lot of people are doing all different things ahead of the elections. But at number 4, we've got at Orlando Pirates with 12.5 thousand mentions, the winners, and then 174 million impressions. Of course, they're trending because they did really, really well over the weekend in the NedbankCup. And then at number 3 is a return soldier at Destiny Z with 16,000 mentions.
Forever at it.
For sure, and 153 million impressions. Shout out to Destiny Z. Of course, always delivering you guys the news. And then give us the top 2, brother.
Top 2. Number 2, we have at MDN News with 21,000 mentions and 192 million impressions, which is good. It's good. That's amazing. That's money in the bag.
For sure, there's definitely money in the bag for them as a news platform. And just speaking on news platforms, I mean, this is interesting way of making money as a news platform, because this is essentially a news platform without having the radio, without having the TV, but somebody found a Twitter platform to regurgitate the news that you just maybe saw 100%. Again, and they're making money. I mean, Twitter is paying them, and God knows who else is paying them. So, hey, these are different types of streams of income, guys, that you can look into. And MDN News always trends as part of the top mentions in our mentions. So that's shout out to them.
But they must also be cautious when you get into this space and you're trying to make money. Just make sure you get your facts right.
Make sure you definitely.
We don't want fake news like Facebook, okay?
For sure, definitely.
No fake news.
No fake news, please. Because, I mean, you probably will get arrested and all those types of things if you do fake news. Just to train, don't do that kind of stuff. And then let's go to our number 1.
Number 1, the one and only, the most toxic, Mr. Chris Excel with 27,000 mentions and 280 million impressions.
Of course, he's always on here. So you guys always know about Chris Excel. He's always the most mentioned.
He's excelling, bro.
He's definitely excelling. Shout out to him as being the most mentioned in South Africa on the
I think
X platform.
he should change his name now to Everybody Hates Chris. Done.
Yeah.
Because nobody likes Chris.
Yeah, nobody likes Chris
except Brandwatch, because he's always number 1.
He's always, and of course the South African community, clearly, because they mention him quite a lot. Yeah, for sure. But that is it on the top mentions in the country, the top 5. We obviously have the top 10, we have the top 15, the top 20, the top 100 from last week, but we don't report on it. Otherwise, would we speak about an hour?
Yeah, for now, and that's boring, man. You guys need to get back to cooking.
For sure,
doing nice things.
Of course, we want you guys to get
night shifts.
Kalili night shift. But what was the ad of the week, bro?
Ad of the week, we actually talked about it last week. The new KFC ad. Amazing ad. I checked it out. I didn't give it ad of the week last week because I said I want to check it out.
Yeah.
But after checking it out, it deserves that status.
Okay.
Beautiful ad. I wouldn't even compare it with the Chicken Licken ad because they're playing in 2 different territories when it comes to their new ads. You understand? Yeah. One is around humor. The other one has a bit of humor, but it also focuses more on the actual product itself. And what that craving will get you doing. You understand? You'll be traveling 2,000 kilometers. But check it out. Dope ad. I think what I read from the YouTube page is that the ad is around. So the ad is called Beyond the Sea, right?
Yeah.
And it's 2 South Africans. 2 South Africans are stuck on an island over 2,000 kilometers from the taste. The taste is KFC.
Of course.
They are 2,000 kilometers away from the taste, right?
Yeah.
And the ad shows what the two are prepared to do for the taste. I think check it out. You understand it better.
I don't know what I'm prepared to do for the taste because wow, KFC is so nice, by the way. Shout out
I
to
don't eat KFC, by the way.
Hey, I know you don't eat KFC, my man. Oh, but you even the fold over.
Nothing.
Oh,
I have a bad experience because of a few KFCs that I've went to.
They don't get their pap right or what?
I don't eat
Or it's
pap
the
from
chicken.
fast food. Yeah. Pap I eat pap at home.
That's made, yeah.
Fry for price, I'll
Yeah.
have pap, or if it's cooked at home. But outside,
Did you try the Uncle Waffles burger?
no, I don't eat KFC. I don't even crave it. I don't even consider
not
it.
KFC, it's Uncle Waffles burger.
But where do they sell it? What's the outlet?
when I think you don't want them to ask you for £2. That's all. You're avoiding being asked for £2. You left the car.
Chicken Licken doesn't come with those kind of things. Man. When I go to the fly through, I'm like, yo, can I have my wings? And
they don't ask you for £2
for the what? Even McDonald's has that now.
When they ask you for money.
Like, I think it's £5 or something.
Aye.
£5 for
£5.
the key. Like, aye, guys.
Aye, bro.
Come on now.
Aye, come on now. But anyway, interesting advert. Definitely check it out, guys. Beyond the Sea by KFC. Lebo just explained the story. Dope advert. I'm going to check it out too. And then if you guys have other adverts that you want to tell us about, please do let us know about some dope adverts that you're working on. Or if you actually want to know about some dope adverts, who made them, how were they made, talk to us, let us know, and we'll definitely get the people that did that advert. Right now, we're trying to get the people that did the Molo Mhlobo Wami advert, which was a Telkom advert.
Yeah.
I would love to get the people on there. If you know anybody who did that advert.
Aren't they old now?
They're quite old. I think it was done by people called The Agency. They must be old, but I want to know what worked about that advert. About that advert. I mean, it's one of the most iconic adverts in South Africa.
Did it drive sales?
Things like that. Yeah, and it probably did. There's so much that they can uncover for us. So yeah, that is it though for the week.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
All right. Thank you guys for the love, by the way. Damn, you guys are showing us so much love on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on YouTube. You guys are showing us love. We definitely check out all the comments and respond to all the comments. So shout out for the love. Keep it coming. The Spaza Talk boys will definitely keep this going. I would love to mention you all by name, but just know that me. When I complete this heart.
That's a half heart.
Yeah, whatever you are, complete this heart. Because you and I say final line is right. So keep up the love. Make sure that you
Is that your new pickup line? Here's a heart. Bring yours.
Complete it.
So remember those pickup lines from back in the days when they're like, I'm a vilwe bicycle langak, I too. Nami now I see two. Or they're like, if le bicycle le gwala ngani. Gwala ngawo. Maul pompa. Yes, it's like if le bicycle when you maul pompa lenzani le agwala. Nami ngwala ngawo.
Oh my God.
Man,
remember
the hood. I love the hood, man.
Hey, bro, we used to have those pickup lines.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was back in the days. But anyway, from Umshuti Wabashuti, this has been a really, really amazing episode. Make sure that you check out our sponsor, www.colorspace.co.za. You can submit your photos, get paid, and make some money. And also, of course, our beloved Brandwatch. Make sure that you check them out too, brandwatch.com. But from Umshuti Wabashuti, that's me for the week. I'll check you guys next week on next week's episode. Peace.
And your boy Lebs. Ciao.